Hey everyone, it's Jamie from BestNerdLife. That's it, it's official. The second national lockdown in England has finally finished, which means that places like charity shops can now open. So it's time once again to put on our masks, sanitize our hands, and get thrifting. With that being said, let's get going. So first off, let's start with this thing, a Nintendo Switch Lite case. Very interesting to see these things kind of filtering into the whole charity shop ecosystem. Definitely would have got this if I had a Nintendo Switch Lite, but I don't. Now in the media section of this same shop, I didn't find anything, or so I thought until I watched this footage back, and found that I'd missed the Angry Birds Trilogy for the Nintendo 3DS. I'm currently collecting 3DS games, so yeah, really annoyed at myself for not picking this up. Now in my local charity shop, there was a whole bunch of Bleach manga, and what an absolute manga noob for pulling it out and looking at the back instead of the front to begin with, because obviously manga go the other way. But you know what, for £1, not bad at all. Moving on to another charity shop, and this thing caught my eye. A Guitar Hero Johnny Napalm figure from the smash hit game for £2, sealed in box. I was absolutely going to get this. I loved Guitar Hero as a child, so this is a bit of a blast from the past sort of thing, although I wish it was the God of Rock instead of the other one, but you know what, that's fine. For £2, totally getting it. Excuse me, Mr. Reindeer, there is something underneath you, and it is not this Dinosaur Kingdom book thing. What I had found was these X-Men, Essential X-Men comic books. Not bad at all. A couple of quid, I believe, for all of them. But you know what? I'm not really into collecting comic books, so I passed on them. Now a bit further on from those comic books, I found this thing, which is a Kodak Lexio 115 camera. Yeah, apart from the box being a little bit battered, it did look in pretty good nick. It had the, the strap, it had the cover and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, as you can see, very nice retro looking thing. And once I actually get the back compartment off, you will be able to see that it is actually one of those cameras that you have actual film in. And yeah, this is just me trying to figure out exactly what the front section is, trying to pull it off. Ooh, not great. But then eventually I figured out that it's just a nice little slider thing to protect the lens. Moving on to another charity shop, and I found a whole bunch of, again, Marvel graphic novel type things that were all still sealed, all for £3, which isn't that bad to be honest, but I'm not a huge graphic novel collector, especially not Marvel. And yeah, some more over here in the same shop, but in a different part of it. Just a whole bunch of pretty awesome looking Marvel graphic novels, but I just don't collect them. There's far too many issues and far too many storylines and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I left them for people who actually want them. In the same shop, but in a different section, I found a whole bunch of primarily Wii's and Wii Accessories, but there are a few Xbox leads and kind of other stuff like that in there. And they were all individually priced, which was really interesting to see. I have actually been looking for a nunchuck because one of mine has broken, but unfortunately there wasn't one of those in there. Looking back at this, I kind of feel like I should have bought these Wii's and basically seen if they all worked, and if not, I could maybe, get all the working parts from one and put them in the other and kind of get one working Wii. But to be honest, these things are like a dime a dozen. Now a bit further on from that box of Wiis, I found this absolute beast of a machine. This is a Hermes Ambassador Typewriter. It was an absolute massive chunk of metal, and I can't believe I found it. I don't know enough about typewriters to, you know, maybe restore it or clean it up or something like that. So I left it for someone who actually knows what they're doing with it. But you know what? If I had the time and the money, I would definitely get one of these things and try to restore it. Now, still in the same charity shop, and I found this Dell Monitor. It had all the cables with it, the power cable, the VGA cable, and it seemed in pretty good nick. And I am kind of looking for a kind of retro-ish Dell monitor, but I don't know, I just kind of erred on the side of caution with it. I was just walking around the city, I didn't want to really carry this around with me, and looking back, I probably should have got it, especially because it was only £5, but you know, maybe it's there next time. One last thing that I found in the same charity shop, I just found so many things here, was this PlayStation 4 wired controller. It was third party, £8. I mean, I don't really need one, and I don't really want to pay £8 for one, even though it is boxed, but yeah, I left it. Onto another charity shop now, and I found this Peter Pan book that has been illustrated by my absolute most favourite artist in the world, Chris Riddell. He's got a very, very distinct style, and it's just great to see one of his illustrated books on a shelf. A bit further up from that, I found this Halo 4, the Essential Visual Guide. I'm all for like art books and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just not interested in Halo 4 enough to buy something like this. So I'll leave it for another person. Going into another charity shop, I found a whole bunch of nerdy t-shirts, you know, Thor Ragnarok, Star Wars, another Star Wars one, and I then found, wait for it, this thing. It was a really, really nice Guardians of the Galaxy 2 t-shirt. I just really love the art style on it, just really stark and really kind of modern, I guess. So yeah, I got this. Now, browsing the media section in this final charity shop, I managed to find a whole bunch of Xbox One games that were, interestingly, Spanish language. Now, this brings a whole bunch of memories back because I used to live in Spain for a while, and when you live in Spain, you buy Spanish games, they have Spanish covers, but what you don't usually realise is the actual game itself is just the English language version, but you can change the languages that are spoken and are actually displayed in the game, like English, Spanish, German, French, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I got Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, I've never played the game and I wanted to play it. I also found Titanfall and later on Project Spark, which is a very interesting game. It's been kind of discontinued now, but yeah, I just left it. And yeah, that was another thrifting video. I wasn't actually going to put one out so soon, but I just found so many cool things on my trip that I just decided to, because I had tons of footage. In regards to the things that I got, obviously I'm wearing this t-shirt right here, and I'm really happy with it. Fits nicely, it looks cool, fantastic bargain. I also got, as I mentioned, Metal Gear Solid, the Phantom Pain, that's what it's called, and yeah, £2. It is the Spanish cover, but I've already tested it in my Xbox Series X, and yeah, it's just the English version. But I might actually play it in Spanish just to test myself on how much Spanish I can remember, which will be quite interesting, to be honest. And last but not least, I got this Guitar Hero figure of Johnny Napalm, which I'm going to open now on camera, because why not, right? And yeah, there we have it, Johnny Napalm in all his glory. To be honest, it's not the best model in the world, it is pretty flimsy, but you know what, for £2, I'm alright with that. Stick it on the display behind me, and yeah, not bad at all. In any case, if you enjoyed this video, then by all means like, comment, subscribe, all that social media goodness too, And as always, keep living that best nerd life.